Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So today we are going to discuss certain yogas along with Jupiter. For example, when we are talking about GV, the native, you want to know something about the native, then you have to consider Jupiter as Jeeva Lagna. From Jupiter, Sun is, for example, in 159, 3711, 212. Whatever formula we discussed in the previous class. So, if Jupiter is associated, conjoined with Sun in 159, same direction, or 3711, opposite direction, or in the second house or 12th house, this yoga will be formed. Okay? So, this yoga is called actually, Jupiter is a GV and Sun is Atma. GV plus Atma, Jeevathma. This is called Jeevathma Samyoga. This is called Jeevathma Samyoga. So why it is called Jeevathma Samyoga? Jupiter is a GV and Sun is Atma. So that's why this is called Jeevathma Samyoga. What is Jupiter here? Jupiter is a GV. What is Sun? What does it signify? What are the significations of Sun? Sun is popularity, Sun is a name and a fame, Sun is success. So that means if Jupiter is with Sun, if Sun is with Jupiter, the native will succeed in his efforts and endeavors. And the native, whatever he does, he will succeed, no doubt. And he will get popularity in his locality, in his area, and in his country, or wherever it may be. So he will be a popular person. He will become a popular person. And success will be there. The native will gain name and fame, and the native will gain popularity. So Jupiter and Sun are together. As I yesterday in our class, I showed the combinations. So Jupiter is conjoined with Sun, then what will happen? The native will become good astrologer, because Sun is Atma, so Sun gives intuition. Sun gives intuition. So intuitive ability the native will get. And not only astrologer here, whatever field it may be, if it is a political field, so in politics and at the same time in astrology, the people will succeed. So why we are talking about politics? Because Sun also denotes popularity of politics. Sun also denotes here Atma Gnana. So intuitive ability. Sun gives intuitive ability to the native. That's why generally astrologers become famous. They will become world famous astrologers. At the same time, when it comes to politics, they will have good name and fame. They will get good popularity. I will give you one example. There are around 29 states in India. But do we know all the names of all the chief ministers? Do we know the names of all chief ministers? No. Hardly it may be 5 to 6 we can tell. So Arvind Kejriwal, Mamata Banerjee, and KCR, Stalin, and this YS Jagannath Reddy. So like this, around 5 to 6 names we can tell. So it is not necessary to remember all the names of chief ministers, okay, all the names of MPs. It is not possible. But why we remember only few people, the names of few chief ministers? Because they are popular. Whether we are interested in politics or not. So when anybody asks, do you know the names of any chief minister? Then we will predict 3 to 4 names. Because they are popular in the in India, for example. So Arvind Kejriwal, Mamata Banerjee, like this. Yogi Adityanath. He also won second time also. So in my predictions before the election, I predict that he would again, he will win the election. So anyhow, what we are trying to discuss here is, if Jupiter is conjoined with Sun, the native will succeed in his profession or in his business. And particularly if it is astrology, he will become a very good and famous astrologer. If he is a politician, he will get popularity. So that's why this is called popularity yoga. It gives name and fame. The native will have intuitive ability to become a famous and great astrologer of the world. The native will have Atma Gnana. They have clairvoyance. Clairvoyance means intuition. These people, though they don't know astrology, can predict things very well. So that's why I asked you, Vimal, I asked you that question. So did you ever predict before learning astrology? Your predictions might have become true. So because when we have this clairvoyance, this Atma Jnana, popularity yoga, then the native will become famous. If politicians have this yoga, they will carve a niche in the hearts of the people. He will become a respectable politician. Father may be in a respectable and big position. The native may have male progeny. So here, Sun is actually father and Sun is male progeny. So that's why father is here Sun and Jupiter is respect. So that's why the native father will become might be in a respectable position. Still he is working, father is working, and he will be in good position, respectable position. So we can say father might have led or might be leading a respectable life in the society, because Sun is father, Jupiter is respect. In the similar way, Jupiter is the native. If Jupiter is associated with Sun, definitely the native may have male progeny. So this is the yoga. So whether the native will get male progeny or not, we can check. If Jupiter has Sun in 1593711 then we can predict that the native will get male progeny. Okay. But there may be yoga bhangas also. We will learn later. Here only, today we are talking only some yogas. Suppose Mercury is aspecting Jupiter, so Jupiter becomes weak, so that Jupiter cannot give male progeny here, though Jupiter is with Sun. Suppose Sun is afflicted by Rahu or Ketu, so Rahu, for example, Sun and Rahu Panchama dosha. So when Rahu and Sun are together, for example, so Jupiter may not give male progeny. So we have a beautiful example here. So you see in this horoscope, actually Jupiter is associated with the Sun. So it means the native has which yoga? The native has Putra yoga. But he did not get male progeny. He had only female progeny. Why? Because Sun is here afflicted by Rahu. Rahu and Sun, what does it signify? This is called Panchama dosha. Though Jupiter is there, Jupiter cannot help. Actually, Jupiter should help, but it cannot help because Mercury is aspecting Jupiter in the second house. Mercury is aspecting Jupiter in the second house. So from Mercury, Jupiter is in the second house. So Mercury is aspecting Jupiter here. So if Mercury aspects Jupiter, Jupiter becomes weak. You know, already in significations we have discussion. Who are the enemies for Jupiter? Rahu, Mercury, and Moon. So already Jupiter is with Rahu, but nothing will happen if Jupiter is strong, because Jupiter is with Sun, it is strong in his own house. But Mercury is aspecting, as Mercury is aspecting here, Jupiter has become weak. Jupiter has become weak here. So like this, we have to check. If Jupiter is associated with Rahu, with Sun, the native will get male progeny. But we have to check also Yoga Banga also. So that's why we will discuss other things also, like enemy planets. Suppose Jupiter has enemy planets, then the native may not get male progeny. So Jupiter plus Sun denotes the yoga, Jeevathma Samyoga, popularity yoga. So don't think that only astrologers and only politicians will become popular or become successful. Whoever has this yoga will definitely become successful and at the same time popular in any field, whatever field it may be. It may be science and technology, it may be medicine, it may be law. In any field, if it is law, he will become a judge. If it is, for example, politics, he will become like MLA, MP, CM, PM. So this is very good yoga. So the native should have this yoga to become CM or PM. So that is popularity yoga. Without popularity, how one can become a CM or PM? Definitely, this yoga is necessary. So, in the similar way, in any field, suppose if it is in law, you will become a famous lawyer, you will become a famous politician and scientist. So, like this, we should say. Suppose Abdul Kalam, popular personality, because his Jupiter has Sun in the third house. So, like this, the native, whoever has this combination, will become popular and at the same time successful in his career. Any doubt here?
No, sir.
Yeah, okay, right. And this is one example. Actually, he is the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, and Sun and Jupiter are together. So that's why he is so much popularity yoga. And here we have to discuss certain things because Rahu is also connected to Sun. That's why Sun is actually in natural Pachakra. Sun is actually Suraj Bhagwan. Sun actually Kaunsa Jodiaka Swami, actually Singyuka Swami, Simharasi, right? And Rahu is actually dosha, defect. So that's why this will be fifth house defect of fifth house, dosha of Panchama house. So Panchama, that's why it is called Panchama dosha. Suppose Rahu and Moon are together. Moon is Kaunsa Jodeka Swami hai. Moon is Chaturtha dosha. So Chaturtha, fourth house, Karkataka. So from Aries you count. So Moon will be fourth house lord. And for example, you take Mercury. Mercury is Kaunsa Zodiac Swami, actually Gemini or
Virgo.
So third house and fifth house. Sixth house is called Sasta. So Sastama dosha. Suppose Mercury and Rahu are together. And Venus, for example, Venus is actually Dvitiya, Taurus and Libra, seventh house. From Aries, Taurus is second house and Libra is seventh house. Seventh house is Kalatra and second house is Kutumba. So that's why this is called Kalatra dosha. Rahu and Venus are together. That is Kalatra dosha. So like this we have to check. So anyhow,
Sir, please excuse me. You said Saturn and Rahu.
No. Saturn is then Dashima. That will be Dashima.
Okay, yeah. Because just now you said Saturn and Rahu and Venus and Rahu. So yes. Venus and Rahu is Saptama dosha
Venus and Rahu, Dvitiya and
Saptama. And Dasham dosh will be Rahu and Shani.
Yes, Rahu and Saturn, Dashma dosha. That way
Sir,
they will
only Rahu will not create this dosha.
Yes, with whatever planet it is conjoined, the dosha will be formed. If it is, for example, Jupiter and Rahu are together, that is the ninth house. Bhagyasthana, Bhagya dosha, dosha in Bhagyasthana.
Okay,
And
Sun and Rahu in
ninth
fifth
house,
house is Panchama dosha.
yes.
That way.
Sun and
Lord of the house plus Rahu in
yes,
that house is a dosha.
yes, yes. And for example, Rahu and Mars are together, that is
In first house.
Ashtama dosha.
Ashtam. In first
And
house also.
yes, Pradama dosha. So,
Oh,
Pradama or Ashtama dosha.
yes, sir.
Pradama or Ashtama dosha. And Dwadasha dosha, the Jupiter and Rahu, 12th house. So, whenever Rahu is connected with any planet, that planet related zodiacs, here houses, we can call it houses. So, that houses will be generally, the houses will have the dosha. So, Sun is here denotes, Sun is fifth house lord. So, fifth house generally, what does it signify? Sun, Santana. Santana. So, Santana means children, progeny. So, that's why if Sun and Rahu are together, Santana dosha. And Venus and Rahu are together, Kalatra dosha. And eighth house here, Astama dosha. And Mercury and Rahu, Sastama dosha. And here Moon and Rahu, that is called fourth house, Chaturtha dosha. So like this we have to check. And whenever these Rahu is connected with any planet, the planet related houses dosha we should here predict. So Sun is actually here Putra dosha, Sun and Rahu. So this is actually Panchama dosha. That's why this native is Y.S. Jagannath Reddy and the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh. He does not have male progeny. This is the first point. And the second point is here, Rahu is untimely death. That is already we have discussed in Karkatwas of Rahu. So with whatever planet Rahu is connected, so Rahu gives untimely death to the relative of the native. Suppose Sun is here father, so father will get untimely death. Actually, his father got untimely death. So he died in a helicopter crash. Okay. So like this in 2009, I think. So like this, Rahu and Sun are together. This is called not only Panchama dosha and a danger to fast. And like this, Rahu is, for example, with the moon, so danger to mother. So because fourth house is Matrusthana and Sukhasthana. So moon and Rahu are together, always mental touch, always disturbances will be there. But there will be disturbances, but at the same time, by the combination of other planets, there may be fortune also at the same time. So they will have so bad and good also. Suppose if you take Sonia Gandhi, actually she became widow. It was very unfortunate generally, but at the same time, she was very popular. She became very popular politician in India. So 2 times under her leadership, Congress government came to power. She was very powerful leader. So like this, you see, there will be good and bad. Everything will be mixed. So like that's why we have to here check. So for example, Mars is husband. Mars and Rahu together. Mars is husband and Rahu is untimely death. So if you check in Indira Gandhi horoscope, and Mars will be connected to Rahu. If you check Sonia Gandhi horoscope, Mars will be connected to Rahu. That's why they became widows. So life is not just marriage. Life is not just life does not end with marriage or with divorce or with the death of husband or with the death of wife. So life is something else, like popularity and living respectfully in the society, leading a life of decorum and respectable life. So there are other parameters, the success of life, how to measure the success of life. So anyhow, why this native did not get male progeny, though Jupiter is connected with Sun? Because Rahu is connected to Sun. Though Jupiter is connected to Sun, he did not beget male progeny because Rahu is connected to Sun. This is Panchama dosha. And moreover, Mercury is aspecting Jupiter. That's why Jupiter is weak here. Jupiter could not control Rahu dosha. Okay, that is what happened in the life of Y.S. Jagannath Reddy. He lost his father at early age, and at the same time, he did not get male progeny. Okay, now we have completed Jupiter and Sun. Next one. Jupiter is actually 9th house lord. Saturn is a 10th house lord. Even you can check in Vedic astrology also. Suppose from Lagna. For example, you tell me your Lagna. For example, I will tell you my Lagna. For example, that is my Lagna is Leo, for example. Okay, let's take a Lagna Leo, for example. From Leo, 9th house is what actually? From Leo, it will be 9th house lord is Mars. And 10th house lord is, so 10th house lord is Venus. Suppose Venus and Mars are together in the horoscope from the Lagna. So in the 2nd house or 10th house or 9th house or 11th house, whatever it may be, in good houses, not to start. So then he will definitely become, it is a good royal yoga. He will definitely get highest position in his field. This is according to Vedic astrology. You are all good at Vedic astrology. You are better at Vedic astrology than me. Okay. I have no good knowledge regarding Vedic astrology. So, but why I am giving this example is, in natural Pachakra, Jupiter is actually 9th house lord and Saturn is a 10th house lord. 9th house is from Aries, 9th house will be Sagittarius. Sagittarius ka Swami, Jupiter. And Dasimastana, that is Capricorn. Capricorn ka Swami, Saturn. So Jupiter and Saturn are together in the horoscope. This is called Dharma plus Karma. Jupiter is Dharma and Saturn is Karma. And moreover, Bhagyasthana, Jupiter. So Bhagya and Karma here. Bhagyadipati, Karmadipati, both are here conjoined. So that's why this is called Mahabhagya Yoga or Dharma Karma Yoga. Why it is called Maha Dharma Karma Yoga, Mahabhagya Yoga. So got the point. The native will be provided supremacy in his respective field. Any field, it may be science and technology, medicine, law, business, or whatever field it may be, the native will be superior in any job. They will become manager, team leader, and CEO. And if it is government, IAS, IPS, secretaries, if it is politics, MLA, MP, CM, PM, and if it is education and principal and vice chancellor, if it is a state governor, So if it is a large judge, you take any horoscope, these are the highest position in the respective of their in their respective fields. The people here we are talking about PM, CM and the judge, president. These are all actually they got the highest position in their respective field. So that's why you check any horoscope, Jupiter will be definitely conjoined with Saturn. So here 9th house and 10th house lords from natural Pachakra. We are talking about natural Pachakra. So if these are connected in our horoscope, anywhere in any zodiac sign, whether it is friendly or exalted house or debilitated house, wherever it may be, whether they are with friends or enemies, if these two are together, then definitely the native will succeed in his life. He will rise to great heights of success. Great position. They will rise to great positions. So this is called Mahabhagya Yoga, Dharma Karmadi Yoga. They will be provided supremacy in their fields, and the native will have highest position in their respective field, and he will enjoy all luxuries and comforts, and he will lead a royal and decorous life. Wherever the native works, they will be held in high esteem. They will be respected. They will be respected in any job, any position, and any organization. And CM, PM, CEO, IAS, IPS, doctor, judge, president. So to get these highest positions, the native should have this yoga. This yoga provides rise and upliftment in life at the age of 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 70. For example, you take Abdul Kalam. For example, you take our Chaiwala, our Prime Minister. So actually they were born poor, but they rose to great heights in their life. Why? Because they have this yoga. So it doesn't mean that whoever has this yoga, though they are born poor, and in their youth, immediately they won't get the highest positions. They will work hard and they will get respectable position in their work. Like this, by step they will rise to great heights. Like the best example is our Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Abdul Kalam. Both were born poor. They were born in poverty, we can say. He was a paper boy, he was a chaiwala. Modi was a chaiwala and he was a paper boy. Abdul Kalam was a paper boy. But you see, their position up to 40, generally they were not recognized or like that. But after 40, every 5 years, they were promoted. So you see, first CM, next he became PM, like this. Step by step, they will develop in their life. So let us check some horoscopes here. If Jupiter is conjoined with the Sun, this is called actually the yoga. This yoga is called Jeevathma Samyoga, popularity yoga. This gives so much popularity. There are so many popularity. There are so many IPS officers in India. Why Kiran Bedi was popular? Just because she was the first IPS officer, not like that. So there was hard work and planning and everything. So she was so popular because Jupiter and Sun are together, and here Jupiter is retro. As Jupiter is retro, what happens here? Jupiter is connected to Saturn. From Saturn, Jupiter is in the 5th house. So is it connected or not? 159 and 3 7, 11. Sun is not connected to Saturn. So how she got government job? That too in police department, because Mars is police and Sun is government. We have discussed the Karakatwas, the Karakatwas. Because Saturn is not connected to Sun, but she became government officer. How? Because Jupiter is carrying all the Karakatwas of Mars, Mercury, Sun, because it is already connected to Sun, Mercury, Mars, and it has become retro. That's why it will connect to Saturn. So here the connecting planet is Jupiter here, in between Saturn and Sun, in between Saturn and Mars, in between Saturn and Mercury. And moreover, you see Mercury is also retro. So when Mercury is retro, it has come to in the direction of Saturn, Saturn's direction, east direction. Actually, Mercury is in south direction. And east direction, it has come east direction. So in the east direction, what planets we have? Saturn is there. And Jupiter is also become retro and connected to Saturn. So that's why Saturn and Jupiter first Dharma Karmadi Yoga, and Jupiter and Sun Jeevathma Samyoga. So these are two yogas she had. That's why she became here IPS officer, and she was installed at many coveted high posts, like commissioner, like that. Very good positions she got. And now we are coming to Arvind Kejriwal. You see, in this horoscope, Sun is aspecting Jupiter. Jupiter and Sun, actually Sun is the first house. Jupiter is the first house. And in the 12th house, Sun is there. So, 12th house planets definitely will aspect Jupiter. So, Sun and Mars both are aspecting Jupiter. So, Jupiter is here, the native, and Sun is here, government actually. At the same time, Jupiter's Sun is here, Jeevathma Samyoga. And from Saturn, actually, Jupiter is connected in the 5th house. Saturn is the first house if you take profession, and Jupiter is the 5th house. And from Jupiter, you take, this is the first house, it will be 9th house. So clockwise or anti-clockwise, you can check. So Jupiter and Saturn is here what? Dharma Karmadi Yoga. This is called Dharma Karmadi Yoga. So Arvind Kejriwal got two yogas. One is Jeevathma Samyoga, Sun and Jupiter, and another one is Jupiter and Saturn, Dharma Karmadi Yoga. Both yogas he had. This is Narendra Modi. You see, Jupiter is aspecting here Saturn. Okay. So this is called Dharma Karmadi Yoga. And Jupiter is retro, so it will come to 12th house. So now Jupiter is connected to Sun. Jupiter is connected to Sun. And Jupiter's Sun is called what? Jupiter's Sun is Jeevathma Samyoga. So there are actually many prime ministers. If you ask me, I will tell only 4 to 5, only like Jawaharlal Nehru, because every September 5th, because we celebrate Children's Day or something in the name of Jawaharlal Nehru. That's why generally we remember, and generally Indira Gandhi both ruled many years. That's why generally people know. And now Narendra Modi. So before Narendra Modi, and we cannot immediately remember anybody. So though Manmohan Singh ruled 10 years, So we can remember Sonia Gandhi, but not this Singh, Manmohan Singh and P.V. Narasimha Rao. So, but these, though they are good politicians, generally they don't have that much popularity, as like Nehru and Indira Gandhi and Modi, like that. So because these people have these combinations. So don't think that Jupiter is with first house, Saturn, then only this it will be formed in the third house or fifth house or ninth house, seventh house. You see, we have been checking in many horoscopes, but it is working or not. You understand this.
Sir, what about his children and wife?
Yes, about Narendra Modi. You are asking about Narendra Modi?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So actually, you see, whenever Venus is conjoined with Ketu, then there will be marital problem. Okay. This is. And from Jupiter, the fifth house is actually Lord is Mercury. And Mercury is with Ketu. So, and in the eighth house. Mercury is in the eighth house. When fifth house Lord is posited in the eighth house, sixth house, 12th house, Dusthana, generally even you take from Lagna also. So there will be no difference, Vedic and BNN. But here we are taking Jupiter as a Jeevathma. Okay? Jupiter's fifth house Lord is actually in the fifth house, eighth house, or 12th house. Generally, the native will not beget children. Okay. When there is no marriage, marriage is unsatisfactory. When they are separated, why, how children would beget, the native beget? So no question.
Sir, we are looking that fifth house from Jupiter is in 12th house from Lagna.
Which Lagna? No.
Okay.
Fifth house Lord is in the sixth house or eighth house or 12th house
from Jupiter only.
Jiva Lagna only.
From
So
Jeev Lagna.
Fifth house Lord is Mercury. It is in the eighth house actually in Virgo. From Aquarius, Leo is seventh house and Virgo is eighth.
And that way, sir, Jupiter seventh house is Leo.
Sun, that is also in the eighth house. The wonder is here.
And
that
is also in eighth house.
Also. Yeah. So
that is why that doesn't get a wife and doesn't get a son.
Yes.
And more problem is that both are connected to Ketu.
No, yeah, that is the thing. And you see here in this horoscope, Saturn has Jupiter in the fifth house, and from Jupiter it will be in the ninth house. Okay, from Jupiter it is in the ninth house. So Saturn and at the same time Jupiter, this is called Dharma Karmadi Yoga. But here you will get one doubt. That is, sir, you may ask, sir, Rahu is there and Mars is there. So how he became a vice chancellor and government related and at the same time president of India? So how is it possible? Here you see Rahu always multiply whatever yoga we have. Suppose Saturn and Jupiter, this is actually yoga of here, Dharma Karmadi Yoga. This is a good position, highest position. So you see, there are so many prime minister. Of course, it will be only per year. In 5 years term, it may be one prime minister or two prime ministers possible, because if one quits, another one will swear in ceremony. So like that, somebody will take over. Okay. But here, when it comes to president, generally so far in India or anywhere, generally there will be only one president. Okay. There may be so many chief ministers like that. So this is a unique post actually. Jupiter and Saturn is here actually Dharma Karma Yoga, highest position. Anybody can become like MP, MLA and CM and most probably PM or CM, of course. But when it comes to, this is a unique post, you know, and Rahu is connecting to Saturn and Jupiter. So this Dharma Karma Yoga is enhanced, so it will give the biggest position, the big and highest position. The position will be very big. So that's why here the native became president of India. So Saturn and Jupiter, this yoga will be enhanced. Dharma Karma Yoga is enhanced here. And Saturn has Sun in the second house, Karma. Karma is with the Sun. So that's why the native became government teacher, because Jupiter is teaching. And Sun is here, Sun is government and Sun is politics. That's why he was in government job. At the same time, he was in government office also. Okay. So this is Dharma Karmadi Yoga. So it may be Jeevathma Samyoga, Dharma Karmadi Yoga will be enhanced. So Dharma Karma, Jeevathma Samyoga is also, you see, for example, in the first example, I showed you here, I forgot to tell you this also. And Jupiter and Sun, this is called Jeevathma Samyoga. So this is popularity yoga. And Rahu here multiplies this yoga, that's why big popularity yoga. Any yoga is, when a yoga is formed, it will be enhanced by Rahu. So Rahu is there, the yoga will be enhanced. So that's why here Sun and Jupiter is popularity yoga. So that's why the native will get big popularity. The native will get big popularity. So like this, we have to add some more. The yogas will be enhanced with Rahu support. Don't think that Rahu is doing here loss or anything. Rahu always enhances material things. Rahu will enhance material things. Rahu kills or damages human physical things, our body, we may get ill health and we may die. That is because of Rahu. But
Sir, your voice is not.
Sir, your voice is not. we are now only 2 participants. So he himself has gone.
I think by mistake.
So, sir, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine. So actually, net is some problem is there, I think. And now Jupiter is with Ketu, for example. This yoga is called Dvajakirti Yoga because Jupiter is the native and Ketu is here flag. Dvaja means flag. So generally, where do we highest flags? Generally on the fort and on our secretariat and government related offices like secretariat and Rajya Sabha, Vidhan Sabha, Parliament, and in a particular state on assembly. So like this. And on temples also. On temple also. So actually Jupiter is Gopura. We can say simply you will understand. This is Gopura. So it may be temple or whatever it may be. This is actually flag. So this is actually temple or parliament or assembly like this. This Gopura. And we will erect flag here. So this is called Dvajakirti Yoga. Dvajakirti Yoga. So it means the native will have name and fame and popularity. Same like Jupiter and Sun. How Sun gives popularity, name and fame, this yoga also, Jupiter Ketu combination also gives the same. And he will get awards and rewards. The native will get awards. This is called award yoga. Cine artists get national awards, Oscar awards, and government employees get rewards, awards, incentives, and highest positions. And politicians become ministers. So that's why this is called minister yoga. Dvajakirti yoga is popularity yoga, name and fame yoga, award yoga, and minister yoga. If any politician has this combination, he will become minister. The native will get vehicles or electrical items, luxury items as gifts. This is called gift yoga. So sometimes the native is actually spiritual and he will be miser sometimes, and he is divine person to person. Divine person to person. And at the same time, you see the native will get vehicles or electrical items, luxury items as gifts. Jupiter and Ketu are together, the native will get electrical items, vehicles. I have seen many people who are gifted, whoever has this combination. So this is gift yoga, minister yoga, award yoga, name and fame yoga, Dvajakirti yoga. Okay? So at least any person who wants to succeed in his life and get popularity, highest position, at least one of these yogas the native should have. Then you can predict, yes, you will get success in your life. You will get name and fame. You will get popularity. You will get highest position. Like this, we can predict out of these three combinations, Jupiter Sun, Jupiter Saturn, Jupiter Ketu, the native will succeed in his life, no doubt. So like this, we have to check the native has these three yogas or not, we have to check. Okay. So let's conclude the session and see you next Tuesday.
Sir, I have a query. Sir, I have a query.
Yes. Okay.
Sir, you have told about almost 3 conjunctions, means 159 or 3711 or
Yes.
212.
Yes.
What is the strongest conjunction?
No, don't think so. That is wrong conception.
Okay.
That is wrong concept. So from Jupiter, anywhere Saturn is connected to Jupiter or not, we have to check. It may be 159, 3711, 212. Anywhere it gives the same result. But when it comes to Rahu Ketu, 159, 216 anti-clockwise, you have to check. Okay, is it clear?
Okay, means all combinations have equal strength.
Yes, yeah, because you have seen examples why you are asking. So you see here, from Jupiter, Saturn is here in the 5th house. This is Radha Krishna. So President of India is not a joke. And here you see Saturn has Jupiter in the 7th house. So Narendra Modi. Now, have you observed here 5 and 7 combination? And at the same time, if any planet is, for example, in Parivartana Yoga, when you hear me, sorry, I think, yeah, 1 minute. So you see here in this horoscope, this is the first house, for example, Saturn function. Okay, and Jupiter is in the 4th house actually. But this Jupiter is actually exchanged with Venus. So Venus is in the house of Pisces and Jupiter is in the house of Star. So they are exchanged here. That's why Jupiter comes over here. Did we see any degree of Jupiter here? No. Degrees are also not considered here. Okay. And moreover, Jupiter is already connected to Rahu, and Jupiter comes to 2nd house of Saturn. That's why Saturn and Jupiter is called Dharma Karmadi Yoga. And because of Rahu, this yoga is here enhanced. That's why he was CBI director, not a joke. CBI director. This is called Lakshmi Narayana. He is CBI director actually. Sensational cases he dealt. So one is Gali Janardhan Reddy and Moglapur mines related case, and Sachem Ramalingaraju, you might have heard his name, Sachem Computers, who established Sachem Computers, and his case he dealt, and Sachem, he was imprisoned for 6 years. Okay, and Y.S. Jagannamohan Reddy, we are talking, just we have talked about him, and he was also put in the jail because of this Lakshmi Narayana. So he dealt 3 important cases. So he got so much popularity because Jupiter is aspecting Sun and Sun is aspecting Jupiter. And Jupiter in exchange with Venus, Jupiter has come to Sun and in the 2nd house of Saturn. So now tell me, is it 159 or 3711? Any degrees we are seeing here? No. They are just 2 planets are exchanged and connected here, connected with Saturn and Sun. So that's why this is also yoga. So whether there is connection or not, that is yoga. It may be 159, 3711, 212, or any planet, one of the planets we have so far discussed. For example, it may be Jupiter or Sun or Saturn. If they are exchanged with any other planet and come and meet these planets. So suppose Saturn, Jupiter is here exchanged with Venus and come near Saturn. Jupiter is exchanged with Venus and come to Sun. So like this, the yoga is formed here. Now you got the point. Here you understand only 159, 3711, 212 connection is there or not. Then definitely.
Okay. 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 It means when you say conjunction of 2 planets, it means both planets can be in 159 or 3711 or 212.
Yes.
And but in
Yes.
Vedic astrology, conjunction
You
means
forget about Vedic astrology.
planet only in 1 house.
You forget about Vedic astrology. Here
Yes. Yes. I am just linking this thing. In BNN, conjunction means the planets in 159 or in 3711 or in 212. But in
Yes.
Vedic astrology, conjunction means both planets situated in only one
Only
house.
one house. Only one house. Yeah, good. Good.
Okay.
Got it.
Fine, sir. So, sir, you did not send notes of
I will
yesterday's class.
I will send. I will say. Okay.
Fine. Fine,
Good
sir.
night.